if I get off or I get nervous, he goes wacko. We call him a wacko passo because they just kind of can lose their mind. I'm so excited. He just did this for me this week, so I'm really excited about it. So, these are like my wings, okay? So, I have to really ground myself and connect myself with his body. He's just so much fun. So what I found is when I don't have these up, I don't rely so much on really connecting with him with my body. If I'm down here, I'll use more of my arms to balance with and stuff, or if I'm up here, I have to use my seat. I'm going to come in and reinforce. But I want him to listen to what my body's saying. Is he taking signals from your legs then? When you don't use the... Well, if he doesn't respond to my body, to my seat, and my ribs, then I'll use my legs. Okay, and then the arms. Now he's just saying, look at how cool I am. So, my eyes are going to go first, okay? And then my ribs, so I show with my belly button. And then this will come in. And then if he needs it, then I'll bring my leg in. But I just touch it a little bit, just a little tiny bit. It's not. Up. Up. Thank you. So what do you think is Zorro?
All right. Round of applause for Zorro.
I don't. All I do is if I ask them and they don't respond, I kiss. One time. I feel like, you know, people that cluck, 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 cluck. I mean, how naggy is that? Jeez. And the horses tune you out. So if you use your body language, it was just like when he turned around and said, you're not important, you're more important. And I said, I'm important. And he's like, okay, yes you are. I didn't have to touch him one more time. Just one time to say, I'm the one that you're paying attention to right now, and let's have fun. It's not like, you will do it, because as you can see, he is kind of having fun. He does have fun, and I haven't been riding him a lot, just because I've had another horse in training. Let me see if I have one more. Okay. Okay. Do you want this? You want it? You want it? Are you sure? Okay. He's just He's just been really fun for me, but I have to be, the main thing is, I'm very, very consistent with him, because, you know, if I'm not just precise, he's going to say, I'm totally confused, because Peruvians are so sensitive. They use them for like rehab places when there's people on drugs and stuff, because these horses can tell if they're clean or not, or if they have a problem. And they're so sensitive, and they're so intelligent. And but I've rescued several Pasos because people get them and they think, wow, you know, this is a fast horse, I'm going to do trail rides and stuff. But then they think they're going to be harsh with them, and you can't be. You will destroy. The first Paso I got, his mind was totally destroyed. And on the ground, he was amazing. If I started to go one step down and stop, he would do that. And so he was amazing on the ground, but get on his back, and he just lost his mind. He just couldn't even handle it. And so when I saw these two other Pasos, well, I had two other Pasos, I found one at home. And I saw him at the Colorado Horse Rescue, and I said, you know, they can't just go to anybody. And she said, well, I need you to take him. And that's when the universe gave me this land. It came up for auction. And so I figured that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to rescue and rehab and try to find homes. Although this guy's going to stay with me. Because we have way too much fun. Yes?
And how much when you're turning him do you use your thigh? Like you said you used your belly button and your ribs. And then where does the thigh come in?
I don't. I use right here.
So you don't use the thigh for turning at all, just as a last resort, the kind of the
Yes.
heel and the
If I'm wanting him to turn up here, I'll just come up here, and I just use my leg,
Okay.
and the neck rope.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
And I do a lot with the neck rope, because I found, you know, if you always have a neck rope on, and so many people, once they get reins in their hands, they're just like jerking those reins around, and that poor horse's head and mouth is just, I've seen so many tongues tore up because people didn't realize how hard they were on that horse's mouth. And, you know, the horse isn't going to scream at you and say, my tongue is bleeding. They're just going to act up, and you go, what is wrong with this stupid horse? There's nothing wrong with the horse. It's the person on the back. So, you know, I had a trainer, and my Wacko Paso that had lost his mind, I got scared, and I pulled on the reins, and that trainer came and took my bridle off. So I learned to use my body really quick and really well. And I rode the rest of that clinic with just a neck rope. And it was amazing, the change in that horse, because he was so scared of anything on his face. He had been pulled over backwards, all the way over. So he was dangerous. And so yes, he was dangerous when you put something on his face.
And use even a what do they call it, leading halter? What's that thing called?
Anything can be harsh on him. It's all in your hands.
Okay.
All in your hands.
Okay.
You need to just be using these fingers this light. They need to be like butter in your hand. And if they're not, then you need to work with it and get it like butter. Because this guy I'm going to do next, I'm telling you, he's the reason I went through the Pirelli system. And it took me 5 years to get through their old level 3. And even if anybody knows Amy Brimhall, who was one of their top instructors, she couldn't do anything with Cricket. So he was one tough case. And then I'd get these cowboys and they'd go, I'll make him do it. And Cricket says, you in whose army? And so he was, oh man, he ran over me. Not this guy, that guy that I'm bringing out. He ran over me, he bucked me off. He was just, you will learn how to handle me or you won't. And when my husband says, the next time he hurts you, I'll get rid of him, I went through training. So I went through the Pirelli system, and then I rode with Buck Brannaman and Ray Hunt, who I loved dearly, and Eitan Bethalakmi, who is light hands horsemanship, cowboy dressage, Manuel Trigo, Jason Patrick, anybody that I could see that really had communication with the horse, I took with. And so I took what worked for me, and what didn't work for me, I let go. So you know, you can learn from a lot of different people. You don't have to take what they give you. Take what works for you and your horse. Okay? I'm going to get Cricket.
Talk about the neck rope more, or show us, because you didn't really, will you do that later?
I'll show you on Cricket.